Tonight on Absolutely Nothing, I want to talk about emotional ties and the weight of them. And not just emotional ties, but just like ties to things in general. It doesn't have to be emotional, but if it has the ability to stop you from doing something, if it has that sort of weight on you, it's probably not a great thing. But no, I was thinking about this a while ago because I was watching was it Up in the Air? And you know how he has that whole idea about if you were going to carry your life around in a backpack, how much would it weigh? And stuff like that. And like that whole part of that movie just makes me think like about all my friends and my family. And if I was going to like I keep thinking like if I was just gonna go and leave, like today, if I was just gonna get up and leave, if I had to somehow like how much would it hurt? Like how much emotionally would I have to go like have to think about it before I could just up and leave? Um because I've got my mom, I've got my brother, I've got a group of friends here that love me. I've got family. I've got grandparents and I've got I don't know and school and stuff, school's another commitment that weighs me down. That my backpack would be is extremely heavy because of school. And I was thinking about, if I was just going to get up and leave tomorrow, what's stopping me? What really is stopping me from doing that? What emotional ties are holding me here? And that sort of scared me a little bit when I realized that I actually, because I always used to think of myself as really not hugely social. I don't have that, well, I have a few friends, but I didn't think of myself as someone that was attached to everything, and I always liked the fact that I used to be able to do that. At home, I'd just go, I'm going to go to Melbourne for the weekend. And I'd get up and I'd leave because I knew I was coming back. And I didn't have that many emotional ties to the place. But here it's completely different. I have this network that is attached to me and needs me to function. But I don't know. I was trying to think about it because my mum would say that that's a great thing. Mum loves the fact that like she can't just get up and go anywhere because she's got people relying on her. She thinks it's a great thing. She loves having a very weighed down life. She likes having something that holds her to it and makes her able to function, means that she's there for a reason. And I don't know why, but I'm just like, man, I would need to. I almost started thinking about how to like get rid of friends. I'm like, if I was out, if I was to leave, who would I not want to stay in contact with? You know, if I was just to get up and leave right now, would I want to stay in contact with all of my friends? Would I just want to stay in contact with a few? Would I want to take one of them with me? That kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Yeah, the whole backpack idea. Who would you rather just throw out, get away from your backpack, and who would you rather put in there and go, no, I want this to stay? I know it's a hard question. If you really it came down to it, who would you keep in your life and who would you lose? It's a strenuous question to ask. I was sitting there just going, that's a really hard question. Who would you just exile from your life? I know, and because everyone's important to you for different reasons, which is really annoying. Like I sort of wish that I had a friend that was everything just in one group, that had everything covered. But like no, I've got good friends who are really good for companionship. I've got really some other friends who are really good for talking to, and some friends who are really good for just hanging out. Some friends who are good for emotional support. Then I've got my family, and they're like, I don't think I could ever get rid of my family. I could get rid of members of my family. Like I wouldn't die without my grandparents on my dad's side. I wouldn't die without my dad. I wouldn't die without my aunts and my uncles and stuff like that. If someone said get rid of your mum, I'd be like, fuck off. Like yeah, so if I was gonna have a backpack, it'd probably be my mum, my brother, maybe my gran. My friend Renee would definitely go in there. I actually like I don't talk to her that often, but she's always a friend that I know will be there when I go home. She's I know she's just like she's almost like a sister sort of thing. Claire, my best friend at the moment, would definitely be in there because I don't know, like at the moment I don't even want to go home sometimes. I'm like, oh, I want to hang out with Claire. I'm like, no, I have to go home. Jono's is a bit hard. He's my best guy friend at the moment. He's a bit hard. he's actually more trouble than he's worth sometimes. Well, I don't know. He's a hard one. My best friend from home, Alice. I don't know. I think it would be weird not having her around. I need someone to complain about. So yeah, I'd probably keep Alice. Um, but that also got me onto like thinking about like ex girlfriends and boyfriends and like because some people say I want to keep them in my life because I genuinely care about them still and stuff like that. And I'm like, but would you really if you had to fill up that backpack with people that you wanted to stay in your life? Would you consider ex boyfriends and girlfriends? Would you put them in? Like, sure, they're important to you when you're with them, and if you stay friends with them, I suppose. But I don't know. I was thinking about my ex girlfriend, and I'm like, no, she's just an extra complication. If you wanted to start a new life and start from scratch, you wouldn't want ex boyfriends or girlfriends hanging over your head, sort of showing what you used to be. And I don't know, that would drive me nuts. So yeah, my ex girlfriend was not in the backpack. But yeah, like I think I could start a new life quite easily, quite well with just my few close friends and my close family. And it just made me realize really how some people are so attached to being social. Some of my friends wouldn't be able to cope without at least like seven friends, one for every day of the week, just in case they got like bored or something like that, or one of their friends ditched them. They'd have to have something to do. They'd have to have a backup, and that's what it made me think that maybe people like that aren't as sure of their own personality or aren't as sure of themselves. They don't know who they are yet without other people around. Because my mum used to say this to me all the time. She's like, it's like, because I was saying how I don't mind sharing houses with people. It's fine. She's like, well, you won't realize how much it's nice to be alone until you have your own house. You won't realize what you've been missing until you are living alone. And she used to tell me that only when you're living by yourself are you free to realize who you are without anyone else around. And I think that's why teenagers are so impressionable, because they really have not figured out who they are yet. So their emotional ties to their close friends really that shapes them. They don't really know who they are. And I think that's sort of sad that those people don't really know who they are enough yet to be themselves. They're still looking, they're still searching, they're still jumping from stereotype to stereotype of different groups, trying to figure out who they are, when really all they have to do is try and be alone for a while. And that's pretty much what I've been trying to do over the last few weeks. Just keep the close friends and the family involved. Other than that, try and I don't know, cleanse your brain of all this unneeded drama and all the emotional ties that you don't need that are actually making your life way more difficult than it needs to be. So yeah, I was just thinking, I'm like, I wonder how many other people have thought about that, have thought about how easy it actually would be without a lot of people. Like, you might even like love the person a lot. Like, I know people who have boyfriends and girlfriends and going, I love them, I love them, I love them, I need them in my life, but they're still sort of realizing that how much easier their life would be without that complication, without a boyfriend to be worried about or a girlfriend to be worried about, or so much harder than it needs to be. But yeah, if you, I know, think maybe you just need to shed a few kilos from that backpack, just try and figure out who you don't need. And I know it sounds harsh to like some people will be like, oh my god, this is really harsh. You feel like you can shed people like you do clothing, like going through, like pretty much that's what I was saying. I was saying it to one of my friends, like, I need to go through my drawers of friends. Like, when you clean out your closet and you go through your closet, and you're like, do I really wear this anymore? It's the same thing with friends. Do I really see this person anymore? Do I really talk to them? No, throw it on the pile. Get rid of it. Do I really see this person? Do I really need this person? Does it look good on me? No, throw it out. Does that person, like when you're saying does it look good on me, it's like, does this person help me? Are they good for me? And if they're not, why are they still there? Get rid of them. The emotional tie is weighing you down, and it's getting you stuck and it's making your life harder, so get rid of it. So everyone go out and do a cleanse, do a friend cleanse. Lots of people are going to be mad at me about this because they're like, you just lost me a friend, and I'm like, I don't care. Everyone needs it. People get way too attached to too many people and then freak out when their social lives are crazy. It's like, well, you did it, not me. Don't annoy me about it. Yeah. Have fun with that. Don't get all emotional about it. And if you do get really emotional about it, then maybe you shouldn't kick the person out. If you really love it, then keep it. But if you don't see a reason for it to be there. Have fun with that, guys. See ya.